Cannons going head-to-head. Plenty of blood between these two sides spilt over the last few years. Plenty earned between these two sides as well, and plenty of familiar faces, with Chris Taylor making his return to the dugout against his former club, along with the likes of Milos Lujic as well for the Oakleigh Cannons. It's a picturesque day here in Melbourne. Sun is shining, and South Melbourne, of course, and the Oakleigh Cannons both in desperate need of a victory. Who would have thought that they would be seeing the side ranked 11th against 13th at the start of this season? Two of the biggest clubs in Victorian football, both struggling so far this campaign. Of course, it is the Tony Clark Memorial Day here at Lakeside Stadium for the Blue Ribbon Foundation, a great cause every year between these two sides. Of course, highly supported by the Victorian Police. We're going to have a minute's silence in respect. Well, a minute's silence is respected, and both sides are out on the park today. And, well, the big news here for the Oakleigh Cannons is there is no Nico Bufano and no Milos Lujic in the starting 11 in their return to Lakeside Stadium. Milos Lujic is on the bench, but again, a massive, massive day. Will there be a return to him on the ground which he made his name, or more so, established his reputation as one of the leading goal scorers in Victorian football over the last 5 years. We will go through the lineups quickly, though. For South Melbourne, of course, a few changes coming into today. A really big match and chance for them to get away from that relegation zone. And in goals, number 1, Nikola Roganovic. Number 3, Christian Konstantinidis. Number 4, Luke Adams. Number 5, Jake Marshall. Number 7, Giuseppe Marafiotti. Number 9, Billy Konstantinidis. Number 10, Marcus Schrone. Number 11, Brad Norton. Number 15, Ben Giba. Number 17, Ethan Gage. Number 18, Kostas Stratomitros. On the bench, Bereveskos, Cruceradis, Marafiotti, Jashari and Monopoulos. So again, plenty of strength in that South Melbourne starting 11, of course, coming off a respectable draw last week against the Dandenong Thunder. But today really is a massive occasion for them and an opportunity to try and get away, as we said, from that bottom 3 position. As we said, the Oakleigh Cannons coming out here today with plenty to prove, of course, in their last few results. Again, for Chris Taylor, it just simply hasn't clicked so far this season. Only 1 win in 10 matches so far, sitting on 5 points in 13th place on the NPL Victoria table. And again, still 6 points away from South Melbourne, who are in 11th, the closest side not in a relegation playoff spot. Of course, the Kingston City have temporarily moved themselves out of the bottom 2 with a point on Friday night against the Melbourne Knights. They're now on 6, so the Oakleigh Cannons are sitting in 13th on 5, just 1 ahead of bottom placed Dandenong City on 4. So, as we said, both sides in desperate need of a result. Of course, I am your commentator, Brandon Galgano, today. And as we said, we are really excited for what is a massive, massive game of football. We are underway here. South Melbourne kicking off from right to left. A large crowd here at Lakeside Stadium today. From left to right, the Oakleigh Cannons in white. And, well, the ball already skewing out to the right-hand side, and Stratomitros on it there, coming forward and looking to switch the play, but straight into the path of Tom Matthews, of course, one of the many former South Brigade in this Oakleigh Cannons outfit, of course, alongside Ms. Ramazan Tazsan-Kioglu at the centre of defence. And again, as we said, plenty of blood between these two. Luke Pavlu, another one on the ball there, and of course alongside him is Matthew Fascini in midfield, and Joe Guest on the ball here. He finds Wade Decker, who was brought down, so it is going to be a free kick taken quickly. So now Tommy Matthews with a high long ball over the top, but it goes well out for a throw. And Brad Norton, of course, came off with a tweaked hamstring a few weeks ago against Hume City, but of course wasn't serious enough to warrant him missing football. So he is, of course, inside tonight at left back. And that ball goes out for a throw. So again, it's going to be a Oakleigh Cannons ball at the back. As I said, Tommy Matthews on it here and looks to go over the top, headed away. And now inside again, Stratomitros getting it down. He gave away possession initially. And now the ball is played over the top and out. And as we said, we'll go through the Oakleigh Cannons starting lineup for you. Of course, in goals, John Honos, Tom Matthews, Rama Tavsan Kioglu, Blair Govant and Ryan Pachakowski at the back. Joe Guest in midfield, of course, alongside Matthew Fascini and Luke Pavlu, of course, the two former South Melbourne men. That's a great turn there from Christian Constantinides, of course, himself restored to the starting lineup. Of missed a fair bit of football in this season. Now that's a good ball in behind. And Marafiotti now on the left-hand side. He's got an opportunity to cross here or cut in on his right. Marafiotti blocked there, comes off his hand and will be a free kick there given. And well, you can just hear the crowd really getting behind South Melbourne here, of course, as we said. An encouraging result in their last performance. Not the 3 points they would have been looking for, but again, a point on the road away against the Dandenong Thunder certainly wasn't against the script for South Melbourne. Now Guest looking up with a really nice switch of play there out to the left-hand side. So now a chance to get forward potentially for Oakleigh, but well tackled there by Giba and cleared away. Now again a chance for Oakleigh to recycle possession and get themselves on the ball. So now Tavsan Kioglu across to Govant. And Guess that time slipping as he tried to play the ball forwards, and now it's Marafiotti who goes back into Brad Norton now. And he turns and looks to come forward here. Good challenge initially, but the referee is going to bring it back. So it will be a free kick here for South Melbourne, who started positively here. And interestingly enough, for South Melbourne, of course, Luke Adams returning at centre-back with Jake Marshall, of course, and out on the right, the youngster Ben Giba, who's established himself as a starting quality right-back over the likes of Perry Lambropoulos, who isn't in the squad today, as that is a free kick against Marcus Schrone. Of course, Ben Giba, a player who spent a fair bit of his youth career at South Melbourne. Came through the under-20 setup and now establishing himself as a first 11 player. Always good to see. As Pachkowski gets on the ball and goes back inside to Pavlu now. He recycles possession across to Govan, and now Tavsan Kioglu, of course, long-time South Melbourne player, championship-winning defender back in 2006 for South Melbourne. As the ball comes over the top and Matthews wins the header initially. Now it's Ethan Gage coming forward, but given away there, and Pavlu that time unable to force the ball forward and out for a throw. So it's going to be a Oakleigh Cannons ball. As we said, Tom Matthews, of course, spent a few seasons here at Lakeside Stadium. Was one of the few unceremoniously removed from his position as a senior player here towards the end of the Gus Salakis era at South Melbourne. There's plenty of controversy surrounding that moment. Of course, Gus Salakis a few weeks later resigning from his post as a result. As that high ball comes over the top and Constantinides heads down. Now it's Marcus Schrone, flicks it into his path quite well initially, but Govan did just enough coming across and cleared away by Matthews, who looks up for White up top. Ball falls now to Decker, who steps inside with the ball and out to left back now. Played into the path of the wide player and the ball whipped into the box. It comes down again. White trying to get there with the second challenge, but in the end, it's won there by South Melbourne. And now Constantinides comes forward to Giba, who looks to be playing quite an advanced role on that right-hand side. In the end, it's cleared away, though, so it's going to be an Oakleigh Cannons ball. A few cries there for a potential free kick, but not given. And now it's going to be a chance for the Cannons to recycle. Of course, looking at the table, as we mentioned, two sides in desperate need of a win. South Melbourne can jump up to as high as 8th with a result today. Of course, the Oakleigh Cannons will only move themselves up to 12th if they can get the 3 points. And again, it does move them out of the relegation zone as the ball comes into the middle now. Deflection. Marafiotti getting there initially, but not able to get it under control and cleared away again. So it's out for a throw. Of course, the Oakleigh Cannons last week went down by 3-1 against Avondale, who, again, in absolutely unstoppable form at the moment. And in that game last week, of course, a Joe Guest goal in the 89th minute was not enough for them to get the points. And as we said, only the one win so far this season. Certainly a matter of concern now as Christian Konstantinidis on the ball, goes back to Roganovic, who in the end forced to clear well away. Chris Taylor getting a touch of the ball. Throw taken quickly by Matthews. Decker getting it down under the pressure there from Norden, who does well to win possession. Now a chance to come forward. Tried to find the feed of Schroen, then dove in and wasn't able to win it for Sheeny, who, another championship winning play here for South Melbourne, comes across, and now a chance to come forward. Pachkowski, who looks to be playing in a more advanced role this week, of course, up on the wing, of course, has been used as a left back for the majority of this season. Ryan Pachkowski, a very versatile player on that left-hand side. And now the ball sprayed out wide here to Matthews. So Oakleigh looking to build forward here on the right. Konstantinidis came, didn't quite make a connection on the ball, so now it's White, but a good recovering challenge there from Konstantinidis. And out for a throw, of course, another player who, under the reign of caretaker manager Esteban Quintas, has somewhat found himself a little bit more game time than under his predecessor in Kontangalakis. The long throw taken there by Matthews. High into the box. White looking for a flick on out towards the back post. Konstantinidis all the way back to clear. And then Adams, in the end, able to just get that ball away. So it rolls out for a throw. And as we said, a chance here potentially for Oakleigh to just recycle possession and get themselves on the ball as we enter the 9th minute of this first half. As we said, South Melbourne starting off quite strongly in the opening exchanges, but not quite able to find any key goal-scoring opportunities as yet. As we said, for the Oakleigh Cannons, Milos Lujic on the bench. So again, will we see one of South Melbourne's record goal scorers in the NPL era come back to haunt his former side? Of course, hasn't been the happiest of opening campaigns for the Oakleigh Cannons for Milos Lujic. Only one goal in his 10 appearances so far. As Tavzan Kioglu tries to find the feet of White. Good little flick to Guest. He gets it back towards White, but the ball rolls out for a throw. So Norton will come across and look to recycle here. Taken quickly, Konstantinidis on the turn. Now he looks for the run of Marcus Schroen, who under pressure there from Govan, and in the end, Schroen does enough to win a throw. So he'll look to take it quickly here and in towards Marafiotti, who's found himself in a little bit of room, but in the end it comes off Tavzan Kioglu, so it's going to be a corner kick here. And maybe a first real chance for South Melbourne to get numbers into the box. So Schroen looking up here. Number of big targets forward. Schroen whips into the middle towards Marshall, who was up for the header, was cleared away, and in the end it's going to be an Oakleigh Cannons free kick now. Tom Matthews looked like he might have clashed heads there with, it looks like potentially Marafiotti, who tried to get up for that one, but both players picking themselves up. And as we said, a chance now for John Honos to get onto the ball and just slow this game down here for the Oakleigh Cannons. As we said, looking around the results so far in this NPL Victoria round, as we said, started on Friday night with the Melbourne Knights drawing 1-1 with Kingston City at Knight Stadium. Heidelberg United were 2-0 winners against Port Melbourne. Pascoe Vale got themselves a point against the Dandenong Thunder, and the Bentley Greens, of course, getting a 1-0 win against Dandenong City. And of course, as we saw in that final game on Friday, was Green Gully recording a 1-0 win against Hume City before yesterday's 3-0 win for Avondale. Saw them continue their unbeaten start to the season. Another hat-trick, a first NPL hat-trick for former South Melbourne man in Stefan Zinni, who has been on absolute fire so far this campaign as well. And this game here today certainly isn't concerning the top few sides as it has in recent years. You just think a win for South Melbourne could potentially bring them back into the finals race, but at this point in time, 8 points behind Altona Magic, who are currently in 6th, equal with Green Gully. So certainly is a day which maximum points would be required. As the ball's played over the top again, Norton getting it down. Flicked on, and now on the turn here, it's a chance for Fashini to come forward. Guest looks up to Fashini. Now Pachkowski. Brought down there by Luke Adams, so it's going to be a free kick here. Guest takes it quickly, looks to get in behind towards White, but he was in an offside position, so the linesman had his flag up early there. And a little bit of afters there between Christian Constantinidis and Harry White, the Oakleigh Cannon striker. So now comes forward again, and White on the ball here. Looks up, tries to find the run of Guests, but it's cleared away and out for a corner kick. So a chance now for Oakleigh to get some numbers into the area. As Guest comes across, of course, has been a shining light so far this campaign. Joe Guest, of course, one of Oakleigh Cannon's visa players this season, his first season in Victorian football. Scored a few goals, including, as we said, the consolation last week, and he whips the ball into the box dangerously. Headed away there, comes out to the edge of the area. Played out to Guest again, chance to cross. Gets into the area as Guest. Goes back to the edge of the box now, and Pavlu lines up a strike with a deflection, but easily bouncing into the arms of Nikola Roganovic, who looks to get play restarted quickly and looking up for the run of Jiba, but wasn't able to find him, so out for a throw. Luke Adams coming forward quickly to take here. Of course, Jiba under pressure and given away, so chance now for Oakleigh to surge forward on the left-hand side, but good challenge there from Stratomitros, of course, former Oakleigh Cannons member himself, making the switch across to South Melbourne this year. Govan across now, and Tavsan Kioglu on the ball. Gets it back to Blair Govan, who looks to come forward. Just recycling and bouncing that ball off the left back, and this time looking to go a little bit more direct towards White. Marshall heading it away. Now Adams towards Shrone. Tried to get that ball down towards Jiba, but given away. So another opportunity here for Oakleigh to come forward. Again, a little bit scrappy there between both sides. Bounces out to Guest. He gives it away this time, and in the end just played over the top there by Stratomitros. Jiba trying to run under it, but ball's played back to John Honos, who looks up and plays it high and long forward, headed away there by Marshall. So another throw in here for the Oakleigh Cannons. And again, looking to take quickly. Govan on the ball. 15 minutes into this clash here at Lakeside Stadium. Neither side really gaining the ascendancy so far here. And that foul there given away by Jiba. So it's going to be a free kick here for Oakleigh. And just see here, happy to keep the ball and just keep South off it. Maybe a little bit of a shallow back pass there. Honos able to deal with it, only as far as Gage, who just holding off his man in midfield, Ethan Gage, and a good little turn of pace, and in the end tried to force the ball over the top towards Marafiotti. Matthews' clearance didn't quite get the ball out of danger. In the end, it's now with Decker. Does well to hold it up, and in the end goes back to Matthews. His clearance intercepted there by Stratometros. Gage coming across, now Stratometros again, but another no-look ball over the top given away by South Melbourne. And a chance again for Oakleigh to potentially come forward to feet. It's now Pavlu. Coming in central east for Sheeny. Good ball over the top, and offside is White. Just making his run a little bit early there. So Reganovic just picks up the ball, and again, happy to just push his side forward here. It's the high ball forward towards Konstantinidis, headed down. Now away again, White on it, turns, looks for the run of Guest, but good strong challenge there by Konstantinidis, tries to flick the ball through there towards Marafiotti. Given away though, and a chance in a dangerous area, it's Christian Konstantinidis, his delivery is poor. And again, South Melbourne getting into some decent wide areas, but the final ball still letting them down. Of course, the return of Billy Konstantinidis from his 6-week suspension was certainly welcomed last week. He finally got his first goal for the club, and again, there's been a lot of talk about needing a focal point up top for South Melbourne. Of course, with his suspension, playing with the likes of Marafiotti, Cruceratus and Monopoulos all up as a number 9, not naturally their positions, and again, might well come into use today. Plenty of experience at the back around him in competition, as we said, with Tavsan Kyoglou and Govan, as that ball's given away there by the man in question, Konstantinidis. So it's going to be a throw in here for the Oakleigh Cannons. And it looks like here there might be an issue. Now, it looks like Christian Konstantinidis, who only moments ago marauded forward to get a ball into the area, and he looks like he's not in a great way as well, just getting a little bit of a stretch out from Ethan Gage. And well, as we mentioned earlier, South Melbourne, of course, electing to start with Adams, Konstantinidis, Marshall and Giba all on the same side, and on the bench there actually are no defensive players, so there would have to be a reshuffle if Konstantinidis wasn't able to continue. He gets up gingerly, so it certainly doesn't look like he's in a good way, and something which I think that Esteban Quintas might just have to consider here, how long his central defender is going to be able to continue. In the meantime, it is taken quickly, so Konstantinidis heading down, Giba on the ball. And again, Giba looking to get into the box. Good challenge initially there, still Giba. And he does well to win a corner, the youngster. And now, as I said, an opportunity here for Marcus Schroen to get a ball into the box. And an opportunity to again throw the big men forward for South Melbourne. So it is going to be Schroen here. Plenty of options in the area. High ball into the box. Shallow in its delivery though. Cleared away by Rama Tavsan Kyoglou. Again, the ball comes up in the air, and the clearance momentarily looked like Decker might have been able to get in behind, but now it's White, and there could be a 2-on-1 situation here for White. But Brad Norton doing just enough to get across and clear that ball away. He was collected in the process of clearing it there by White. And he just gets up a little bit gingerly there. Was a heavy collision. The referee hasn't elected to give it a free kick though. Something that Brad Norton certainly remonstrating against. But again, you can just see the danger of the Oakleigh Cannons on the counter-attack, and it is a way which Chris Taylor has always liked his sides to play, being compact to the back and looking to get the ball forward quickly. So throw taken long again by Matthews, high into the area, flicked away. Now it's Marafiotti with a chance to burst forward here on the left-hand side. Under pressure there from Fashini. Matthews came across, wasn't quite able to win the ball. Marafiotti does well in the end, and Matthews brings him down, so going to be a free kick there. Maybe a professional foul, you'd call it, from Tom Matthews, trying to stop the breakaway of play. And the yellow card is shown for his efforts. And again, some discussion being had with the referee regarding that as we enter the 22nd minute of this first half. Still 0-0 here at Lakeside Stadium. So now an opportunity here again to get numbers forward into the box. Stratomitros standing over the free kick, high and long into the area towards Marshall, who flicks on, but easily by John Honos, who flicks it up to himself and then rolls it out to Govan. And now on the left-hand side, Oakleigh again with an opportunity to come forward through midfield. Strong challenge there from Adams, though, on Pachkowski, so that's going to be a free kick. The referee just trying to stake a bit of a claim here early, a few late-ish challenges. Now again, it looks like South Melbourne may be going to the bench indeed, as Dean Bereveskos is being told to warm up. Now Christian Konstantinidis is still out there and does still look to be labouring slightly, so it'll be interesting to see how that pans over the next few minutes as White flicks the ball on into the middle. Guest getting it down. Not able to get it under control, though, and cleared away there by Norton. Marafiotti with a bit of space. Tried to get it on first time towards Luch, but given away. Now a quick throw taken. Konstantinidis getting it down, flicking it back in the path of Marafiotti here, who's under pressure from Govan. But still Marafiotti, who goes back to Billy Konstantinidis now. Tries to send to the ball. Get cleared away, but only as far as Giba. Now Stratomitros with a long-range strike, but nowhere near the target there from the South Melbourne midfielder. And that ball goes well out for a goal kick. So again, neither side able to yet register a true shot on target. As John Honos just able to put the ball on the ground again and restart play here for the Oakleigh Cannons. Been an interesting weekend weather-wise here in in Melbourne, rather. Of course, it was pouring with rain throughout yesterday. It definitely affected a lot of matches and State League matches around the country. Today it seems to have cleared up. It does look like the clouds might be coming back in across later this afternoon, but for the moment there is plenty of sunshine, and hopefully for one of these side seasons, maybe a bit of sunshine on their campaign if either can get a result. There's a free kick has been given, and Wade Decker just getting up a little bit gingerly there following that challenge. It's now Matthews, high ball over the top. Flicked on down there again by White that time, but unable to find a target. Matthews with a high up and under. Neither side able to really keep the ball on the ground at the minute as comes forward again, and Matthews just lumps it high and away. So Oakleigh now looking to take it quickly. Pavlu. Look forward again, giving possession back to South Melbourne, and Christian Konstantinidis going back to Nikola Raganovic. Now it's Jake Marshall who looks up and tries to find Giba over the top. Cleared away again, but now Pachkowski with his back to goal, coming back in towards his left back. The ball cleared high and over the top, but another throw given by the referee. So Adams on it, now Konstantinidis. Giba turning inside, doing well initially. Was he hauled down there? Referee says no, and in the end it's just cleared high up and under towards White. Getting the header down, Stratomitros flicking on, and now Gage on the ball. Now there is a man down out there in Pachkowski. Play is continuing for the moment as Adams heads it away. Marafiotti Keeps the ball in play, though. Pachkowski slowly getting to his feet. So Marafiotti now into the box. Goes Marafiotti. Blocked initially, though, well by Matthews. And Foschini coming forward here for the Oakleigh Cannons. Bit shallow on his pass, though, and Constantinides got across. And just did enough to put the ball out for a throw. So, said Ryan Pachkowski himself, able to just dust himself off after the earlier challenge. And up to his feet. Constantinides under some pressure there, clattered by Harry White. Now, he did arguably get the ball, but he did go through Constantinides on the challenge. Brad Norton certainly getting across to make his feelings known about the challenge. And the referee, Jonathan Barrero, just having a few quiet words to both parties. Constantinides looks like he just might have been a bit winded there by the challenge. It certainly was an almost old-fashioned shirt front, talking in old AFL speak. Straight through the man. As we said, his saving grace was that he did get some of the ball before going through Constantinides. Certainly a player, Harry White, who's not adverse to throwing his weight around. So now it's Nikola Roganovic to take the free kick. So Roganovic high over the top. Billy Constantinides getting underneath it, getting it down well. Back out to Norton, who looks for a big switch of play towards Giba, but wasn't able to find his feet. So Adams high up and under again, flick down. Cleared away. Now White. Race to it with Marshall. White does well in the end to win his side of throw. So now Oakleigh can push some numbers forward. As we said, an opportunity here to lump that ball high into the area. Of course, Oakleigh loved the long throw opportunity. So looks like they might set up for a potential other one. It comes outside here and held up again. Pachkowski getting it to Pavlu. Tried to weave his way inside. Good little exchange there too. And Pavlu with a strike, but well over the bar. And again out for a goal kick. 28 and a half minutes gone here at Lakeside Stadium. Not really all that much to report here so far. As we said, two of the heavyweights of Victorian football in previous years. Of course, not at the moment anywhere near the summit, either of these two sides. More so both trying to save, or somewhat save, both campaigns at the minute. A result for either would certainly be a massive motivating factor going into the second half of this campaign, as we are now 11 games in to the season. There's the free kick to be taken here quickly by Foschini. Goes across to Govan, who just finds Pavlu dipping in to get possession of the ball. Again, stepping up. South Melbourne happy to just allow Oakleigh possession of the ball on the edge of their half, and then again coming across to clear with the header is Marshall. So Oakleigh now with an opportunity to get a few numbers forward. Pachkowski getting it down. Now finding Guest. Was he in an offside position? Linesman says no, so Guest tried to beat the challenge of Stratometros there. Wasn't able to. Cleared away. Pachkowski getting his body in the way of it, but not quite able to win possession back for Oakleigh. So it will be a South Melbourne ball again. It will be interesting to see, of course, how both managers do elect to use their benches. Of course, South Melbourne with a very attacking-minded bench today. The likes of Marafiotti, Cruceratus and Berevescos. Now a chance, though, coming inside towards White. Couldn't quite get it under control. Oh! It's an own goal. Incredible. Well, play certainly seemed to stop for a moment. And the Oakleigh Cannons are in front. We'll talk about something out of nothing. It was a high ball into the area. White seemed to lose his footing, and then Brad Norton, for a moment there, it looked like he tried to play his goalkeeper back, but it's an absolutely comical bit of play there from South Melbourne, and the Oakleigh Cannons take a shock lead here at Lakeside Stadium. Well, I think the sense of shock here is more profound than anything. Oakleigh barely registering any opportunities going forward, but my word, well, we spoke about the fact that both of these sides are nowhere near the summit as they deserve to be. Well, maybe that goal represented just that. And as we said, South Melbourne now with plenty to do as ball's cleared away there by Konstantinidis. Tapsan Kyoglou up with the header, Giba underneath it, gets it down to Gage, who loses his footing in midfield, and Pavlu comes forward now towards Guest, and he's got numbers in front of him. One of them in white, the other one is Decker, but he just couldn't quite find him. And Norton, this time, clearing towards his own goal. Attacking goal, that is. It's just played all the way back to Honos here, and, well, just how important will that goal be for the Oakleigh Cannons? Of course, as we said, hadn't really created any opportunities of note, and Harry White had got himself into a position of danger, but it just looked like the chance had completely gone. He'd lost his footing, and then Norton, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. Just a moment of indecision from such an experienced campaigner. And, well, Oakleigh with a bit of a gift going into half-time as South Melbourne now look to try and get themselves back level. Gage coming forward there, Schrone. Just not looking like it's clicking at the moment. Tapsan Kyoglou goes all the way back to Honos. Now Tapsan Kyoglou. Was he taken down there following his ball forward? No, says the referee. So Radanovic recycles play through Marshall, and again South looking to come forward here. Marshall goes back to his goalkeeper and Radanovic, but just really static in front of the ball at the moment. South Melbourne. A Schrone flicks on, Govan underneath it and clears, so out for a throw there. And, well, just what will the response be from South Melbourne? We've seen a number of times this season going behind after maybe being a decent chance to get into the lead beforehand, as that ball in behind was well dealt with there by Honos. And again, a chance now for a corner kick here for South Melbourne. Really has lulled the speed of the game in the last 15 or so minutes. The goal there might have piqued some interest momentarily, and as we said, now as we enter the last 10 minutes or so of the first half, really is going to be go time here as Stratomitros looks to take the corner kick. Whips it high into the middle, header on goal! Cleared off the line, in the air again, still not away, and now out for a corner kick now. The South Melbourne players are all around the referee. And while the fans certainly felt here that that was over the goal line, well, the angle here we have is maybe inconclusive, but it is a very, very important goal line clearance there. And now another chance here for South Melbourne on the corner. So it's going to be Brad Norton, so Marcus Schrone rather again. Delivering high into the box, this time towards the back post. Norton gets it high up and under, flicked in again. Honos Calms didn't quite get there, now he does. And looks to just hold the ball up here, and well, Oakleigh escaping there. Honos, high and long forward. Flicked away by Norton. Now Pavlu, under pressure there from Marafiotti. Did well, Konstantinidis here. Gets himself in towards the middle, but a good challenge at the back and great defending as well. And now a chance for Oakleigh to come forward here through Fashini, but he wasn't able to keep the ball, so Gage on it. Now Norton. Holds it up. Gage hasn't got much going forward, so sells Roganovic a task, and in the end, did enough. High over the top. Norton gets it down. Deck up with a handball there, so it will be a free kick. Surprisingly, no card shown there. And Konstantinidis looking to get play restarted now. Dean Bereveskos is getting stripped off and ready to go here. So South Melbourne are going to be forced into an early change. Now, is it going to be Christian Konstantinidis, who again went down earlier with a bit of a knock, and it looks like it is because he's coming towards the bench. So it is going to be Konstantinidis. It looks like, or is it actually Ethan Gage who's gone down? So I think they're just holding the change for a moment just to see who actually needs to come off. Now, initially it was Ethan Gage that has got his number up on the board. Now he's getting to his feet gingerly. And it does look like he's going to be replaced. So Ethan Gage is coming off, and Dean Bereveskos is coming on. So a big loss there for South Melbourne, their Canadian midfielder, and he punches the bench in frustration there. Looks quite solemn on the bench, of course. Ethan Gage being such an important member of this side in the opening exchanges this season. And with real disappointment, he's replaced. So Bereveskos on. Now, in the meantime, it's Norton on the left-hand side. Whips in a really inviting delivery towards the back post, but no one attacking the ball. Falls out to the back with Adams. He gets down to Konstantinidis, who volleys, but claimed there by Honos. So the high ball forward there. White underneath it. But Adams, so Stradomitros rather, doing enough to get the header down as we are inside now the final 10 minutes. Ball comes down. White. Stradomitros there. Konstantinidis flicking over the top. Giba looking to attack it, but headed away. Now a chance here for Oakleigh to come forward, but Bereveskos with his first touch. Now it's Gage. So Giba rather coming forward on the right-hand side of Giba. Still looking to get the ball into the area, but blocked. Back outside, Adams whips into the middle. Konstantinidis getting it down, but again, no one able to get on the ball. So Marshall playing it forwards. Adams again looking for the height of Konstantinidis. Matthews was all over him from behind. Flicks over the top and now out for a corner. So South Melbourne starting to push some buttons here slowly. Marcus Schrone standing over this delivery again. Schrone whips into the middle. Headed away. Comes out to Bereveskos. Gets it down and looks to try the spectacular. In the end, it sails well over the bar and out for another goal kick. So John Honos happy to put the ball on the ground again and take his time over this goal kick. As we said, the Oakleigh Cannons currently a goal ahead, courtesy of an own goal from Brad Norton, one which I'm sure will be replayed around in some of the not-so highlight reels of the NPL this season. And again, now looking to come forward here through Marshall, but the high ball over the top is just cleared away there by Honos, who hasn't really had all that much to do so far today. Of course, South Melbourne's closest opportunity was a header cleared off the goal line by Joe Guest. And now it's coming forward here through Pavlu, and Oakleigh have numbers forward, left and right. Puts it just behind Guest, who looks up now out wide for Fashini. He looks forwards in Decker. He's onside, whips it in towards the back stick, but no one there. Comes out to Pavlu again. Does well initially. Just trying to bustle his way into the area, but cleared away. So now Giba on the ball in a strong challenge there at right back, but in the end is able to win himself and decide to throw. So taken quickly, Konstantinidis flicking on, cleared away. Now played forward again, but Pavlu winning it back. Stratomitros not able to win it there, and Pavlu gets it into the box. Konstantinidis clearing. Now Shrone on the turn. He tries to flick it over the top. Konstantinidis did well though. Marafiotti now could be inside. Gets the better of Matthews. Puts a shot straight at Honos. Konstantinidis on the follow-up. Honos there, and at the third time of asking, gets himself on it and holds. And he's just going to stay on the ground there as John Honos. A really good few saves there from the Oakleigh Cannons custodian. And well, the first save off Marafiotti, the follow-up was blocked, and then on the third, bravely diving on the ball, the veteran goalkeeper. Now Honos puts the ball on the ground and plays allowed to continue here as we're in the final few minutes of this first half. And Honos happy to just carry this forward and just get some distance on this kick. And again, Pachkowski trying to get himself underneath it. Adams doing well initially, cleared. Govan, he just hoofs it forward himself. And the ball goes out for a throw, so Norton will look up and try and get some distance on the throw. Flick down, Christian Konstantinidis there. He hoofs it back. And again, just out for a throw. Really hasn't been the type of end-to-end attacking football which the spectator would maybe be used to enjoying seeing. Been a rather scrappy affair in this first half, with both sides really just looking to play quite direct and over the top. And as we said, it's an own goal which separates the two sides at the minute as, again, the ball rolls out for a throw. It's taken quickly there by Norton. Konstantinidis getting it down, cleared away again. Stratomitros was fouled. Just an arm around his shoulder there from Joe Guest, and again, a chance for South Melbourne to maybe get this forward as we enter the final minutes of normal time here at Lakeside Stadium in this first half. And said Oakleigh Cannons still leading by a 1-0. Stratomitros goes high and long over the top. Headed forwards by South Melbourne, cleared away only as far as Giba, who does well to find Marafiotti. He clips it into the middle towards Konstantinidis, cleared away. Bereveskos now on the ball. Allows to go out for a throw and takes quickly. Giba under pressure there from Pachkowski. Back out to Bereveskos again, who crosses. Well, Matthews was all over the back of Marafiotti there. Referee doesn't bite. Now it's Marafiotti again, just looking to twist and turn. Finds Norton, who clips it high into the area. It was a dangerous ball. Honos had to deal with it. Giba wasn't able to control it down. It falls again, and Honos, for the second time in a few minutes, bravely dives on the ball. And well, again, John Honos doing his bit at the back for Oakleigh, and high and long forward again. Konstantinidis heading clear. Now Fashini getting underneath the ball as the fourth official puts up his board for 2 minutes of added time. So is there some late drama here in this opening period? A goal would certainly be welcomed by the home side. For Oakleigh, of course, going in with the advantage would be absolutely ideal in the context of the game. Now it comes forward again as Konstantinidis looks for the feet of Shrone. He now looks for Marafiotti on the left here. Clips it into the box, headed away. Bereveskos was underneath it, but Pashkowski did well. White. Schroen does well. Now Konstantinidis again, flicks over the top. Norton underneath it. And Norton there, diving in and giving away a free kick there on Tavsan Kyoglou. Norton goes across sportingly to help up the veteran centre-back, of course, joining late in the piece in pre-season from Avondale, Tavsan Kyoglou. As Honos will happily allow the clock just to run down here, and goes high and long forward again. Maybe one last chance here for either side to get a goal. High ball forward there from the back for South Melbourne. Headed down. Now Stratometros under pressure wins a throw. This way now just ticking into the second minute, and the referee will shortly put his whistle to his mouth for half time as it clears away. Now Stratometros again, high up and under. Both Oakleigh players going for the same ball. Falls for Ziba. Again intercepted by Pavlu. And Decker coming forward here. Now Guest. Under pressure from Stratometros. Brought down. Free kick is given, so Oakleigh again with another chance just to wind the clock down here. So a chance just to get numbers into the box as we are now into and over the 2 minutes of allotted stoppage time. High over the top from Govan. Flick down into the middle. Stratometros there. And he clears the ball away. Jonathan Barrero puts the whistle to his mouth and blows for half-time here at Lakeside Stadium. And the Oakleigh Cannons currently in the ascendancy here via what you could only describe as one of the more comical own goals you'll see in the NPL Victoria so far this season from Brad Norton. And at the moment, it's the Oakleigh Cannons leading here in what is, as we said, a massive, momentous game for both these sides in the context of their seasons. Hasn't been the most exciting of football so far here in the first half, but hopefully that changes in the second period as South Melbourne will now have to look for what they can do to get themselves back into this context and in some ways resurrect their season. But at half-time here, it is 1-0 for the Oakleigh Cannons. We'll be back after the break.
It's hard as well when you're by yourself. Usually, you know, try and instigate some conversation and just keep going. Very dry. Horrible. I don't know what the fuck that was. I'll get myself some tea. I'll go brass in it then. Nah, I'm good. Thanks.
Welcome back for the second half here at Lakeside Stadium. The Oakleigh Cannons taking on South Melbourne here, and at the moment it is the visitors who are ahead by 1-0. Will that stay the same as we get underway here in this second half? Of course, from right to left, Oakleigh in the white, from left to right, South Melbourne in the blue. No changes having been made at half time. Of course, South Melbourne already been forced into one change with Ethan Gage coming off injured for Dean Berevescos in that first half. Of course, the only goal separating these two sides was an own goal from Brad Norton of all people, and at the moment it is South Melbourne desperately needing to get themselves back into this contest here, as the referee looks to take rather indicates that it will be a South Melbourne throw rather than an Oakleigh Cannons ball. It wasn't exactly an inspiring first half from either side. Of course, a very direct style of football being played by both of these sides. But at the moment, it is Oakleigh Cannons and Chris Taylor, of course, on his return to Lakeside Stadium, who currently have the advantage here, and what would be a massive result in the context of their campaign. Of course, lifting them out of the bottom two for the most part, but closer to safety potentially as the ball's played back there by Adams to Stratometros. Giba looking to turn his man, but wasn't able to win the ball back. Cleared away again. Decker underneath it. Cleared. Tavsan Kioglu high up and under. Christian Constantinidis underneath the ball, and now it's Norton who goes back to Constantinidis here. He looks up and tries to switch play out towards Giba. Gets it down and did well in the end to try and get the ball back, but now it's going to be Oakleigh coming forward here through Guest, and he's fouled there by Stratometros, so chance for him to come forward. Of course, South Melbourne with plenty of options still to come forward off the bench, with the likes of Nick Cruceratis and Giordano Marafiotti, both unused in the favour of youngster Ben Giba out on the right. Interestingly, Lee Monopoulos as well, another option there to potentially come in. So plenty of attacking intent that can be added to this side as the ball's headed clear. Now Berevescos with Norton marauding forward in front of him. Gets it, puts it in front of his path here. But Tavsan Kioglu did well to come across and gets it back to Honos with a high clearance. Marshall and Constantinidis both going for the same ball there. In the end, it comes back out to the South Melbourne central defender, but he's unable to find a man. So Oakleigh able to recycle possession and get it forward. Of course, themselves, as we mentioned earlier, Milos Lujic in his first game back at his old club scored upwards of 100 goals for South Melbourne in his time here over the last 5 years, as Christian Constantinidis has remained down after that header, and he looked like he was in a bit of pain after the initial contact. And well, as we said, South Melbourne have already been forced to make a change. He's been in the wars a bit, Constantinidis, today. Of course, had a bit of a knock earlier in the game, and just looks like he might have clashed heads there with potentially it was Jake Marshall, his own central defender. Now, Constantinidis is slowly got himself up, and Oakleigh can restart play. So Honos just picking up the ball and able to take his time over this one, get his players forward, and goes over the top towards Guest. Pachkowski was coming inside for Sheeny with the headed clearance. Now Berevescos on the turn. Pavlu did well. Pachkowski then on the turn there again was for Sheeny, but Guest was collected after the play as well. He stayed down there too, the Oakleigh Cannons number 10, and you just wonder how much of these stoppages of play Oakleigh will try and implement towards the end of this second period. Of course, Guest has been a really important player for them so far this season. Establish himself in this starting 11, and again with the rumoured departure of Nick Epifano over the last few weeks, who is supposed to be one of the main creative options for Oakleigh this season. certainly puts a little bit more pressure on the likes of Guest and Harry White, who as well has established himself as potentially the starting number 9. Guest gingerly gets to his feet again, and Oakleigh will look to get this ball high and long forward, so up into the box. Underneath it was White, but wasn't quite able to get there. Now South Melbourne on the counter-attack. Surging forward is Marafiotti on the left-hand side. Tom Matthews coming across and just doing enough to make sure that it goes out for a throw. So the ball put down there, and Brad Norton gets himself forward, of course, be eager to make up for his earlier lapse with the own goal. And John Honos, in the meantime, has removed an extra ball off the field of play. So it's restarted here through Norton. The throw headed clear. So be another chance for South Melbourne to get this ball into the box. Norton just standing over it here, and again getting the big men forward in Jake Marshall. Billy Constantinidis in there as well. So Norton goes to his number 9. Constantinidis back to Norton. Tackled initially again there, so will be another throw. So Norton takes high over the top. Marshall underneath it, headers it down into the path of Beravescos. Wasn't quite able to get a good run of the ball though. It's cleared away. Christian Constantinidis there underneath it, and he surges forward on the ball. Looks up, tries to play over towards Marafiotti. Again headed clear. Stratometros now. Good exchange there from Schrone. Now on the ball. Looks to centre, but again it's cleared. And as we mentioned in the first half, both sides really struggling to get on the ball and dictate the tempo in midfield. And again, just the long ball over the top preferred. Roganovic well off his line now. Christian Constantinidis has gone down under a challenge there from Harry White. Referee hasn't seen anything wrong with it. Billy going back to his namesake Christian, and now the ball out to the left, and Norton looking to surge forward here off Giuseppe Marafiotti. Ball was out of play though, says the linesman, so again it's going to be an Oakleigh Cannons ball, and again a chance to restart play. And again, Christian Constantinidis not happy with the decision given there by the linesman. Of course, around the grounds in NPL 2 action today, Box Hill United drew 1-1 with Springvale White Eagles, and was allotted as Springvale's chance to get off the bottom of the table there in the Eastern Conference of NPL 2. As the ball coming forward here through Fascini now, and Guest on the ball, goes back inside to Decker. Shot was blocked. Now Schrone, he's got some options to get forward. Marafiotti was there, but he just couldn't quite get the pass forward to his feet. Marcus Schrone, and that was an opportunity to break away. Get a good challenge there from Beravescos, but great feet there from Decker. A great delivery as well, and Harry White was in an offside position, but that was a great chance. Wonderful play there from Decker on the right-hand side to get the ball into the box. In the end, White wasn't able to put the shot on target, but that was a golden opportunity there for Oakleigh. And Nikola Roganovic just puts the ball on the ground and goes high and long forward. Govan got underneath it, didn't quite get purchase on the header he would have wanted. Cleared away again, Schrone over the top. Constantinidis there now. Under pressure there from Pachkowski. Goes back to Adams. Loads up a potential cross. Bounces it off his number 9, Adams. Given away, and now an opportunity to come forward, but again, ball goes out for a throw, and Oakleigh can restart play again. So taking quickly, flicked on there back by Adams. Christian Konstantinidis with the clearance. Underneath it is Tavsankioglu. He heads it forward. Stratomitros underneath that one. Now Shrone looks up wide to Norton, who gets the ball over the top and again not able to find feet. Cleared there by Pavlu. The race to it, and Fashini's got a bit of time here. Gets a good touch at his feet as well, and Matthew Fashini gets forward, but a strong challenge there by Brad Norton, and he's won himself a goal kick as well. Great defending there. Now, ball one again. Guest on the turn. Flicks it inside. Just couldn't quite find the feet of White. And now Oakleigh can attack. Giba looks up. Forwards for the run of Bereveskos, but cleared unceremoniously there by Govant. So it's going to be another chance here. Into the middle again. Marafiotti. But the ball allowed to bounce out of play and out for a throw. And you just wonder now, what kind of creativity can Esteban Quintas maybe introduce here for South Melbourne to try and instigate some sort of a revival in this game here. Hasn't really been any creative intent in front of goal from South Melbourne. No real chances created, of course, other than the header which was cleared off the goal line in that first half. Many fans here thinking that was over the line, but not quite according to the referee and his assistant. So, of course, South Melbourne's still behind here. The Oakleigh Cannons themselves didn't really do all that much in terms of creating chances themselves, but of course didn't need to with Brad Norton doing the business for them. There's the high clearance there from Roganovic, now flicked on there by Adams, so Matthews rather. And Miller goes all the way back to Honos, who loads up a clearance high and long forward. White underneath it. Now Guest gets it off. Good exchange there as well with Pachkowski. Now Guest can load up across. A really good delivery as well. And some cries for a handball there from Pachkowski. He was the only one that really appealed for it. In the end, it's going to be an Oakleigh Cannons ball. So another chance here for Tom Matthews to maybe get a long one into the box. So taken quickly. And now a chance for South to break potentially. Giba on the ball. Looks to use his pace, but Hamish Miller doing well. Of course, the brother of Matt Miller, another former South Melbourne player. Now Schrone's got a bit of space in front of him. Konstantinidis to Bereveskos, and just couldn't quite get his touch there in the path of Giba. And again, Oakleigh able to get themselves forward and high up the ground. Honos, who had to make a few desperate blocks in that first half. Experienced goalkeeper, of course. Maybe didn't have the start to the season which we're used to expecting in terms of his quality, but he certainly picked that up in recent weeks and is always an important member of this Oakleigh Cannon side. And that ball given away there now. White felt like it was a foul. Given play on. Now a chance potentially. Konstantinidis getting in, but Honos well off his line again. And nipping in to pick up the ball before Konstantinidis could get to it. Now Guest. He finds White, who turns there. Looks for the width of his wide options. But again, Fashini now able to recycle wide to Matthews. Good little touch past Marafiotti, centering past the Guest. He's under pressure there from Giba. Wasn't able to keep the ball. And again, South Melbourne potentially on the counter-attack through Shrone. But he wasn't able to get the ball forwards. And Norton plays it off an Oakleigh man. And then Shrone just puts it into the path of... Man, now that's a poor back pass from Tavsankioglu. And in the end, Honos did well to get plenty of purchase on the clearance. And now again a chance to come forward, but again given away there by the Oakleigh Cannons and Nikola Roganovic. Just with the ball at his feet, he goes long and high. And headed clear there by Matthews, so Konstantinidis on it now. Stratometros, Marshall. Goes long. Konstantinidis tries to get it under. Not able to. Decker. Over the top again, headed clear. Now Pavlu down towards Decker. Pachkowski holding it up for Sheeny. Does well to beat his man in Stratometros, and Fashini just launches it high into the area, but that ball goes out for a goal kick as well. So, again, 60 minutes into this, and at the moment it's still the Oakleigh Cunnins leading by a goal to nil. And as we said, in terms of the NPL Victoria table, it does mean that Oakleigh can move up to 12th place, only 3 points behind South Melbourne, who are now falling ominously close to that bottom three. Inconceivable to think that a club like South Melbourne could even entertain the idea of a relegation playoff, as Govan gets across and again hooks the clearance away. So it's going to be a throw. So Luke Adams here. Takes a throw in towards Konstantinidis. Who's going to stand up here potentially for South Melbourne? Adams inside, ball cleared. Now Stratometros gets it back in towards the middle. Now he's gone down. And I think it was Joe Guest who might have come across there, and he's remonstrating towards the referee about the stoppage of play. Now Stratometros looks in a bit of pain. Now in the meantime, Esteban Quintas is having some serious discussions with Lee Monopolis, so could we potentially see Monopolis get himself onto the ground? Now Stratometros is still prone to the turf there. And again, we've already seen South Melbourne forced into an injury change, and Ethan Gage really has been a loss for them in midfield. Just his ability to get himself on the ball and create has been well missed in this second period. Well, Stratometros just getting some treatment there is, well, in terms of South Melbourne, this result here would indicate that in the league, they'll now go into their third game without a win. Of course, their last result was the 1-0 win against the Melbourne Knights back on the 5th of April. It's certainly been a long time of asking. Of course, a 1-0 win against the Essendon Royals in the FFA Cup last week somewhat helped to maybe lift some spirits here, but in the league, it's certainly been a tough ask so far this season. Of course, already having gone through one manager in Con Tangalakis. That ball's cleared away. Guest under pressure. Handball cries going forward, nothing given, a bit of afters as well between Berevescos and Guest, and now that ball flicked over the top there, but again, Adams able to come forward, and it does look like South Melbourne are readying a change, so Adams looks up for the run of Giba, but Govan there, goes back to Honos, who looks up and just goes long and high forward again. Pachkowski underneath it, Marshall with a strong-headed clearance. Now down there to Fashini, Pachkowski, Guest. Good ball there to White, who's just got himself a little bit of space here on the left-hand side, but closed down quickly by Marshall. White looks to cross, does so, but again cleared. Matthews getting himself on it initially, but picked up by Decker. Finds the run of his fullback in Matthews. Keeps it alive well with Guest. He tried to get the run of Decker, who somehow turns into the space. He's brought down there by Murray Fiotti, but No foul there given, so again it's Norton who just bounces it back out wide but given away. And in the meantime, we are going to see a change here for South Melbourne. It is going to be Lee Monopolis to come on. And coming off, it looks like it's going to be Luke Adams. So tactical switch here for South Melbourne. Ben Sheba looks like he'll move across to right back, and Luke Adams is going to come off. So South Melbourne central defender playing out on the right-hand side tonight and put in a shift. Wasn't really able to get himself forward, but certainly wasn't really beaten defensively. And Lee Monopolis now comes on to try and instigate some sort of a change going forward for South Melbourne. In the meantime, the ball goes through. White is onside. Harry White! Just wide. Really good chance. Got himself into a position of opportunity there. Just got away from his marker and in the end just put the shot wide. Reganovic did well to cover the angle, but again, just a little snapshot there from Oakleigh. Giba now on the ball. Back to Schrone. He's hauled down there by Luke Pavlu. So he's shown a yellow card. No love lost between those two former teammates. So that's two changes now being made by South Melbourne. The Oakleigh Cannons still yet to go to the bench today. Now a chance here for Marcus Schrone to try and get this ball forward. Options again in the box. So Schrone, high up and under ball. In towards Konstantinidis. Ball falls. No one there able to get onto the end of it. Now Norton backtracking. Goes all the way back to his goalkeeper in Reganovic, who has some time to look up and play a high long ball forward again. Konstantinidis with the flick. No one there on the second ball. Peveskos with the challenge. Pavlu coming in strongly. A big clearance there from Christian Konstantinidis. And again helped up by a former teammate of his in Pavlu. And again, John Honos able to just put the ball on the ground and get play restarted again. And as we said, as we now tick in towards the final 20 minutes of this game, you just wonder what South Melbourne have to get themselves back in this contest. There hasn't really been any free-flowing ball movement. There haven't really been any chances created. The Oakleigh Cannons have been more than happy to just compress to the back and play quite direct through the likes of White and Guest. And again now it's South on the left-hand side through Marafiotti. He crosses low. Schrone wasn't quite able to get under control. Cleared away. Again, Norton picks up the ball and looks to go long quickly. Schrone got underneath it. Cleared away again by Tavsan Kioglu. Now Norton. Towards Schrone. Cleared there by Matthews. Pressure there's Konstantinidis. He goes to Giba. And he just goes long and over the top for the run of Monopolis, but wasn't able to find him. And again, the ball goes out for a goal kick. And John Honos happy to just take up some time. "69 minutes gone here at Lakeside Stadium. The Oakleigh Cannons at the moment in the ascendancy. Ball forward again. Pachkowski gets it down. Looks for the run of White, but just tipped out there by Marshall. So it'll be another throw here for Oakleigh. Again, Miller will come forward and just take his time on this. Short to Guest, who turns back and all the way now to Tavsan Kioglu. He goes direct and over the top. And again, Reganovic, quick off his line, able to collect and goes high and long forward. But not able to find anyone with the clearance and out for a throw. Just feel the restlessness here around Lakeside Stadium. at the moment. Now Norton on the left. Finds Monopolis, gets it down to Schrone. Back in front of Monopolis here. First real contribution from Lee Monopolis. Good ball low into towards Konstantinidis, but again it's Honos who's able to react quickly off his line. Now he goes high and long forward. Norton underneath it. Headers it away. Taken quickly, Norton flicks back. Stratomitros goes to Marshall, all the way back to Nikola Roganovic. He looks up, goes high up towards Marafiotti. Miller gets in there with the challenge. Now Giba does well. Ball comes outside here. Konstantinidis. Giba wasn't able to get there. It's going to be an Oakleigh Cannons ball. Pavlu. Pachkowski looks up. Marshall clears. Peveskos underneath it. Matthews marauds forward here on the right. Tom Matthews gets the ball into the area. Wide underneath it. Roganovic gets off his line to claim and, well, just gives a little bit of a shove to Wade Decker. Now, Christian Konstantinidis is just gone across to putting harm over his shoulder. In the meantime, it's Pachkowski on the ball, and he turns and just holds it up there in front of Giba, and again goes back to Hamish Miller. Again, cleared away there by Honos. Underneath it is Konstantinidis. Matthews with the high clearance. Marshall there with the header away. Norton flicks on. Matthews there. Over the top now. Decker. Again headed away. Stratomitros not able to keep the ball. Guest coming forward. Joe Guest getting himself towards the edge of the box, but a really good challenge there by Marshall, and again cleared away. Monopolis. Bit of space here. Marafiotti turns in, fouled, so it is going to be a free kick now. In the meantime, it looks like a final change is being readied. And it looks like it's going to be Giordano Marafiotti who's going to come on here. So he's stripped off and ready on the touchline. So before that play, it's going to be Marcus Schrone. Delivers into the box, high into the area, headed clear. Peveskos there, flicks on. Headed on by Monopolis. But no one there for South Melbourne, and the ball rolls into the arms of John Honos. And we now just inch in towards the final 15 minutes here. And Oakleigh still in the lead at the moment. And South Melbourne haven't really shown much in terms of getting themselves back into this, and maybe this final change might just assist with that. So it is going to be Pat Marafiotti coming on, and coming off is Marcus Schrone. So Giordano Marafiotti joins his brother Giuseppe on the field. Of course, a former youth international for Australia, Giordano Marafiotti, a top scorer in the under-20s competition here a few years ago. Now gets his chance to try and get his side back into this game. The high and long ball over the top towards Marafiotti. Honos a long way off his line and had to do well bravely again. Had a good game today is John Honos. Stratometros clears it off. Wade Decker falls to Guest. Got a bit of space. Looks up at Pachkowski. Wasn't quite able to get to the initial pass, but has kept it alive. Now Guest on the edge of the box. Cuts in, finds Fashini. Touch just went away from goal there. Konstantinidis coming forwards. Fashini did well to keep possession. Clips it into the middle again. White underneath it, gets a header on goal, but no power whatsoever to trouble Reganovic, who will look to come forward quickly and release with a high and long ball forward. Headed away there by Touchdown Kyoglou. And now the ball comes down here, and again it's Fashini recycling across the ground, has done his usual covering job in midfield today. Matthew Fashini, and Guest now on the ball, finds Decker. He's got a few options in the box. Wade Decker looks to cut in and potentially go himself. He goes to White, flicks it across. White, offside is Guest. And somehow the ball didn't end up in the back of the net anyway. But Joe Guest just moved into an offside position. And well, again, danger there from Oakleigh. And Nikola Reganovic just puts the ball on the ground and goes high and long forward again. Govan underneath it. Stratometros up. Now Pavlu, Decker. Guest. A few options left and right. Finds Decker. Tried to head it down there for White's run, but wasn't able to find him. Headed away there by Govan. Now Pachkowski getting it down. Ziba doing well. Ziba does really well to get the ball down to Bereveskos. Now gets it out to the left. So it's Giuseppe Marifiotti here. Looks to get to the byline and cross. Blocked there initially. Comes out into Norton's coming forward. Deflected strike is cleared. The ball goes out for another South Melbourne throw. Oakleigh Cannons still yet to go to their bench. Of course, South Melbourne having already made all three changes here. Now Giordano Marifiotti has just picked up the ball off the throw, and he felt like he should have had a free kick. Now, interestingly, he hasn't been given a yellow card for an intentional handball. Very interesting leading play there from Marifiotti, not unlike a Tony Lockett style mark on the run. High long ball forward. Pachkowski underneath it, flicks it down. Decker looks to try and get in there ahead of Norton, but the South Melbourne captain gets a clearance. Now Marifiotti flicking into the centre, but given away. One back there well by Stratometros, and South Melbourne have numbers in front of the ball here. Monopolis tries to find Marifiotti, but couldn't quite get him on the ball, and Miller just clears it away. Only as far as Norton, who's got plenty of time out here. Now Monopolis. Wide to Marifiotti, who crosses in towards Konstantinidis, but couldn't quite get any power on the header and easily held. And in the end, it looks like there's a man down as well in Blair Govan. Well, Hamish Miller rather. So again, South Melbourne with maybe the most promising move of the second half, getting the ball forward and into the area, but again, not quite able to get any power on the header is Billy Konstantinidis. And again, a chance to run some time off the clock here as we tick in towards the final 10 minutes of normal time here at Lakeside Stadium. There's Hamish Miller is Gingerly gets up to his feet, and South Melbourne are being indicated to give the ball back to Oakleigh. Now, Marafiotti's rolled it out for a throw for the Oakleigh Cannons. Centre back Govan didn't feel that was a good enough gesture, and neither does Chris Taylor on the Oakleigh bench, rather than the goalkeeper having possession of the ball. And play restarts. So the high and long throw forward. After another throw, will be a South Melbourne ball now. Looks like there is another man down here in Marshall. Gets up gingerly there after the collision, and again, Miller takes the long throw down the line. Flicked on by Pachkowski. White, he's well onside there. Cuts inside. Looks to get it across the face. It was a dangerous delivery too, and just had no one attacking the ball there in the middle for the Oakleigh Cannons. So now it's going to be Nikola Roganovic to take. So again, a high ball forward. Headed away strongly there by Govan, but high arm was raised according to the referee, so it's going to be a South Melbourne free kick. Is there a late charge here for South Melbourne? Stratomitros, almost everyone forward in the box, high and long. Marshall believes he was bodied off it there by Matthews, but again, nowhere near creating a goal scoring opportunity. And Oakleigh will be very happy with this situation, again able to just run some time off the clock. High and long. Flicked on there by White. And down, Norton looking to get in the way of it. Comes off. Decker, so taken quickly. High up and under clearance. That one goes long over the top again, and Roganovic picks up the ball and again looks to push his side forward here. So Roganovic goes high and long. Well gotten down there by Monopolis. Now Marafiotti. Played out wide. Chance here to drive forward here. Maybe an opportunity for South Melbourne through Monopolis here. Whips it in towards the back post. Headed away for a corner. Is this a chance to get numbers into the box here? Giordano Marafiotti leaves it for Stratomitros. So Marshall, Billy Konstantinidis, Christian Konstantinidis all in the box. Konstantinidis inside, cleared away, now falls out to the back post again. Monopolis with the centering ball, but cleared away. Another good chance there for South potentially on the corner kick, but Oakleigh have numbers forward here on the break. If Guest can find them. Was brought down. Could have been an opportunity to break away there on the counter for Oakleigh, but in the end, they do just enough. Just hear the fans trying to pick up their side. All played over the top, and Paulie distributed it out for a throw. So Giba looks to take. Multiple balls being thrown in here from outside the ground. Giba looks to take quickly. High forward again. Headed away. Jiba underneath it. Marshall gets the clearance. Flicked on. Marafiotti underneath the ball. Again, hoofed away there by Govan as we're now into the final 5 minutes of normal time. For Oakleigh again, this would be a massive 3 points away from home. Norton. Marshall. Hoofs the clearance away. Monopolis wasn't able to keep it alive. So now it's going to be Miller again to take the throw. Long forward quickly again, Marshall with the clearance, so Oakleigh just able to gain some more territory. Taking quickly inside, Guest. Under pressure there from Stratomitros. Still Guest twisting and turning, doing well to get himself in a crossing position. Ball cleared away. Underneath it was Konstantinidis, and that's cleared forward, and Reganovic is off his line to claim. So, again, South Melbourne looking to throw numbers forward. Reganovic, high ball forward. Headed away there by Pachkowski, so it's going to be a South Melbourne throw. Marafiotti slipped there in front of the ball. Stratomitros getting it forward. Hoofed clear again by Pachkowski. White looking to get underneath it. Norton will get there. Turns away well. Gives the ball straight to Ryan Pachkowski. Now Guest. Centers. Pachkowski into the box. Bad touch. Wasn't able to get the ball away from his feet and distributed quickly to the feet of Stratomitros there. He gives it straight to Matthew Foschini. Really hasn't been the highest quality of football here. Now in the meantime, Guest tried to play back to Pachkowski. He was on his heels doing his shoelaces of all things. And now again, South Melbourne looking to come forward here. Stratomitros centering ball, given away again. Pavlu now coming forward here on the ball. Decker slips on the ball, and in the end it's going to be a South Melbourne throw. Again, given away. Konstantinidis tried to release the run of Giuseppe Marafiotti, but given away again there by Norton, almost lackadaisically. And now Foschini centres. That time Decker losing the ball. Konstantinidis raking switch towards Monopolis, but Honos quickly off his line. Jiba wrestled off it, no foul given. Foschini. Pachkowski. Guest, good ball. Pachkowski, they've got numbers in front of it here. Joe Guest being one of them. Into Decker. Strike on goal's blocked. And again a chance now for South Melbourne. We enter the final minute of normal time. Now Marafiotti was body checked there by Tavsan Kyoglou. It's going to be a card. So a yellow shown there to the veteran defender. There's Oakleigh finally ready, their first change of the game. And it looks like it's going to be Marcus Demanchi. Everyone forward now for South Melbourne. Is there going to be some late drama here at Lakeside Stadium? Clipped in by Norton. It's a dangerous delivery and a good header too, but a good save from Honos. He was well positioned there in the back post. And releases quickly out wide, so Decker holds the ball up. Guest trying to get to it, cleared away again. Tavsan Kyoglou, or Matthews rather, with a brave-headed clearance. And it looks like Oakleigh are going to do that change very shortly. Now Monopolis, was he brought down? No, says the referee. It's going to be a South Melbourne ball. High ball into the middle. 5 minutes of additional time indicated by the fourth official. Still plenty of it here. Plenty of football to be played for South Melbourne to get that equalising goal. Played out to Giba. Cheeky little nutmeg there, and he wins a foul for his protests. And Oakleigh, are they going to make the change now? Looks like they may do. No, they will. So on comes Marcus Demanchi. And off comes Wade Decker, who put in a good shift out wide there today. So off comes Decker. Marcus Demanchi, who scored the equalising goal earlier in the season in their 1-1 draw against Kingston City. We'll get a late bow here in stoppage time. So off comes Decker. Certainly worked hard today. Stratometros, high ball into the middle. Headed clear. Now Demanchi with his first touch of the ball. He's got options in front of him. If he can play it, it's a good ball through. Now Pavlu was offside, and the flag is raised. If Guess had gotten there, he was on, but he just held that pass a second too long, did Marcus Demanchi. And Nikola Roganovic will put it on the ground and play it quickly. So Giba looks up, goes high and long forward. Falls here to the edge of the box. It's Marafiotti on the turn. Holds on to it. Goes back to Beravescos. Giuseppe Marafiotti out his feet. Now Brad Norton in the back post, deflected. And it just came off Billy Constantinidis. He couldn't quite find an angle to get a shot on goal. And in the end, it is going to be a goal kick. Maybe he could have felt that Brad Norton could have whipped that ball low across the box. But in the end, it's exactly where Oakleigh want it. In their possession with a goal kick. And looks like the final two changes are being readied as well. Milos Lujic has got his kit off, so he'll return to Lakeside Stadium, albeit for a minute or so in the final minute of stoppage time. Flicked on. Marafiotti plays it off Constantinidis, headed away. And cleared away there by Hamish Miller. Minute and a half of injury time remaining. Giba. Back to Stratometros. High delivery in towards Constantinidis. All the way through to Giuseppe Marafiotti, but he's offside. And again, more time for Oakleigh to run this clock down. And you think now they might just be home and hosed here. And this opinion certainly shared by a lot of fans here at Lakeside Stadium. A lot of them making for the exits. Inside the final minute here. Honos. High and long forward. Headed down. Guest. Flicks it to Demanchi. Looks for the overloading run of Fashini, who'll happily hold this up in the corner. Given away, and again Oakleigh able to recycle and win that ball back from a throw, and they're going to do a change, and it is going to be Milos Lujic. So Milos Lujic is going to come on, and coming off is Harry White, albeit for the final few seconds here. Plenty of respect here shown by the South Melbourne fans for a favoured son. So we are now over the 5th minute of injury time. It's Guest on the ball here. Looks to get forward. Wide to Pachkowski. Happy to just hold the ball up in the middle in the corner, and ball still in play somehow. Giba did enough to come across and make a challenge. And it looks like a final change is going to be made as well for Oakleigh. Play in the meantime is continuing. Ball goes into the middle. Joe Guest centering. Chance for Demanchi. Cleared up and under. Lurich underneath it. Gets it down. Demanchi on the volley. Great save from Roganovic. Demanchi again. And into the back of the net for Oakleigh. That wraps up the game. It's Marcus Demanchi. He's made it 2-0. The Oakleigh Cannons are home and host here at Lakeside Stadium. It's a happy return for Chris Taylor. And it's the man off the bench in Marcus Demanchi who scores the goal in the 6th minute of stoppage time here. And well, these are scenes not accustomed to here at Lakeside Stadium. South Melbourne now only 3 points clear of the bottom 3. Play restarts. High ball over the top. Constantinidis underneath it. It's cleared away. The whistle is in the mouth of Jonathan Barrero, and it is full time. South Melbourne go down. It's the Oakleigh Cannons winning by 2-0 here at Lakeside Stadium. An own goal from Brad Norton midway through the first half, and a 96th minute second from Marcus Demanchi was enough here to make sure that Chris Taylor came back to the club where he won so much and all before him in Victorian football with a win. And well now, where to for South Melbourne? A certainly unconvincing display. Oakleigh always comfortable in that second half, and they now move right near that bottom 3 and somewhere where no one would have expected them to be. A club of their size, of course, with the Oakleigh Cannons moving up into 12th place now with that result. And South Melbourne sitting in 11th, just 3 points clear. Certainly a lot to play for as we now get into the midway part of the season. But the final score here at Lakeside Stadium, South Melbourne 0, Oakleigh Cannons 2. That's enough for me, your commentator Brandon Galgano. Good night for now.
They're in trouble, man.
They're in massive trouble, man.
Probably the worst game I've ever seen. No joke, the standard of my game yesterday, say
That was that bit, man.
Mate, literally,
He's got to take that highest level of 380.
rubbish.